The real reasons many keep themselves from the life that they really desire and somewhere deep inside know that they deserve. We are here to talk about, some common mistakes and real mistakes that keeps people from having the financial breakthroughs they're looking for. And to explore this topic, I brought with me my dear friend, Mario. Good evening.
Good evening, Joaquin. How are you doing? Good to see you again. Another Sunday, and now we are talking about the common mistakes we have made in our financial journey. Yes, keep going.
Yeah. So we're here to empower you. So stay until the end so you can see and learn from the key insights that we have had along the journey of becoming profitable investors and empowering others to do so as well. At Catching Secrets, we empower moms and professional women with the confidence and skill set to invest. And you, Mario, what do you do for those who haven't met you yet?
Yes, from my side, I am an engineer and also a financial coach, and I help people to organize their finance and to plan for financial security and why not for financial independence for people who want to go for that.
Yeah, it's a perfect marriage. Okay, great. So some mistakes I come along the way that I see people make that's holding them back from creating the financial breakthroughs that we like is one is not believing or it's believing in their own doubts and doubt their own beliefs. And it brings us to that many believe that investing is not for them. For example, that investing might only be for men, but nothing could be further from the truth because we're going to talk about this topic a little bit later, but actually women are better at managing risk than most men because it's not about proving something, but taking the time to do due diligence. But what happens is when we believe that this is not for me and doubting our own abilities to execute on our skills, we're holding ourselves back from a big opportunity that could really help us achieving the financial breakthroughs that we are looking for. And Mario, what's your experience working with people as well about their confidence and their beliefs around being able to, make money in the world of investing and taking care of their finances?
Yeah, in general, what I have experienced with the people I have working with is that there is normally two paths. People either study and try to learn about investment, or people just try to follow someone else, or I hear someone is doing this, or the trends, and there is normally these two paths, and people also sometimes is not confident enough. And I talk for myself as well because I have been there as well about the gut feeling or what to do. I mean, I think the most important is try to I tell the people as well that the most important is try to educate yourself. I mean, the investing world is a career itself. You want to become a professional investor, but even if you don't want to become a professional investor, but you want to invest in something that can, in a regular basis produce, protect your money and create a little bit more, you still need to study. But as I say, it's two paths. Either you do as others do, or you just really try to take your decisions.
Yeah, and I love what you say there about education, because for those of you who are listening, rest assured, it's not your fault that you're not doing this, because we're never taught how to do this. I was never taught how to do this in a proper way before I decided something had to change after making massive losses. So we're never taught how to do this. And I've seen women without any experience that educated themselves, decided, I'm going to make this happen for myself, now making profit. So it's beautiful what you're saying, Mario, with education, because it's not that anyone is born investors or traders or persons who are really good at taking care. We get inputs from others, right? And learning from people who have valuable experience to share.
Yeah, definitely. It's good. I mean, to see what other people is doing. I mean, I will not say no, but don't do as other people say. But just get your own, criteria and get your own path.
Yeah.
And that's the most important, because some people may say, okay, I'm going to invest on this or that, and you may do it, but they will not tell you where they are going out of the investment. So you maybe get stuck in something that is not for you. So you have to really learn and do the education part first.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
and thanks for making that that distinction. And I totally align with you. So on one hand, educate ourselves, and there's no need to reinvent the wheel. We can learn from people who are successful. And I got your point now. It's so important. So thanks for clarifying that, or bring it up again, since I didn't caught it when you said it the first time here. With educate ourselves so we can make decisions for ourselves. So and it's so huge as well, like for bringing down the risk, which is actually one other point I want to bring up with, and not knowing about proper risk management. Because when you educate yourself, as you're a big advocate of, then we can really make these decisions that we know is probably the most right for us, and we can bring down the risk when we're educated. And can you share a little bit about your experience in teaching people about risk management?
Definitely. First of all, I always tell my clients or the people I work with that try to work with an asymmetric risk. Sounds maybe complicated, but it's not. When I say asymmetric risk, is because is that you are going to risk really a little bit, but then you can win a lot. That's what I mean with asymmetric risk. Don't risk like 50% or a lot in order to make much more, but just you need to calculate your risk. And that's how I see it. And that's how I do it as well. I'm very conservative and take some risk, but I always try to look at this asymmetric risk.
Yeah, and that's so huge, being able to find the investments, the opportunities where, little risk for big reward. And there are several mechanisms, at least we utilize in order to achieve this across our entire portfolio, because it's about, among other things, diversification. Don't put all the eggs into the same basket, because if you lose one basket, all the eggs are gonna crack. But also, when we are investing, it's not putting all the money into one thing at once, because it's another topic. We're preempting a lot of topics here, and that's so great. But what many do is they're letting their emotions control their decisions. So, for example, if a lot of people talk about, if a lot of people talk about a particular opportunity, it's easy to get excited, and maybe you take all of your savings into that one thing, but then after some time, we realize it wasn't that good, and then all of your savings that you put into that one bet is lost. So diversification, among other things, but also like diversify your money in each of your investments. What is do you have any other tip in risk management that you'd like to share with us right now?
What you have mentioned about this, don't let the emotions take over, is very important. And that's also something that we avoid when we have a system to follow. So the most important is that when you are doing any type of investment, you have to let your emotions outside of the investment. And the only possibility for you to do that is that you have make all the correct questions in according to the investments in advance, like following these questions, and you create your own system then you will know exactly what to do in what moment. Because if you are, whatever investment you are doing is, you know, it's going to be a risk. But if you already have made the question, what will happen if, all the if, then you have already answers, and then your emotions are not connecting to when the situation happens. You have visualized it in advance, and you have already what to do in each situation.
Another $1 million tip from Mario. It's being clear about what are the rules for myself before I enter. And I like that framing with what if and what am I gonna do when this happens? Being clear about that. So I know you love like system or planning and having that clarity in advance, and we do the same. It's having a formula for what you're going to do, having this clarity in advance, because that's what's going to take the emotions out of the game. Otherwise, we can be greedy. Like, for example, I was just looking over an investment, and I knew it's time to take some profits off the table when I bring up the calculator and I put in numbers. Oh, how much can I have if this happens and this happens? Like, okay, it's time to not let these emotions take over, but rather secure some profits, because follow the strategy, follow these guidelines that we set up in advance. Or on the other hand, something we talked about with maybe not maybe doubting your own abilities to execute on your skills or being fearful. It can also happen if you put money into investment, price goes down. And that's great, by the way, that the price goes up and down, because that creates opportunities. But if the price drops and you're not clear about these guidelines, what steps to take, as you're talking about as well, if you're not clear about that in advance and price goes down, it's easy to become fearful. And I've been fearful in the past, seen price goes down and I think I lose a lot of money. I sell, and then the money are actually lost, because we buy up here and sell down here, because I have no idea what I was doing, and I didn't have any of this kind of what if and what I'm gonna do in that case, etc. Because I never learned about this. Have you ever heard someone talking about maybe some of the same kind of experiences that have been
many times, many times. I mean, people before people starting to invest, normally this is a whole new world for them. So it's always like that. So you have to start some point and start building from that point about the learning. So definitely one of the mistakes I consider is that I start my financial education a bit late, to be honest. Even I was investing before, for example, in the real estate long time ago, without a proper financial education. But of course, you have been learning by doing. But after I decided to voluntarily continue, reading books and looking at podcasts, making courses, everything, getting more and more financial education. Of course, your investment strategies change, and you probably win more than lose. You are always can lose. I mean, but that's how the investment work is, in a way.
Wow, yeah. And as you talked about there, getting new perspectives on things, because if you want things to change, you got to do something different. So emerging yourself with a wide range of sources can really add some new insights. Mario, before we wrap this up tonight, I'd like to just quickly go over the 3 key things that we talked about, and feel free to add something if you want at the end. And what we really talked about here is it's many people, they believe their own doubts and they doubt their own beliefs, and it's like lacking this confidence lacking the confidence that I can be successful with investing, and then focusing on, for example, what might be the negative stuff of becoming fearful, and thus emotions kicking in. Or as you said, if you listen to other people and just take their advice without having this clarity or understanding what you're doing, it's going to add a lot of risk. And it's easy to get excited if someone really share something with you, are passionate about it, you could end up putting all your savings into one thing. You see the price drops. Yeah, you lose a lot of money because you're not managing your risk. You don't have these clear guidelines. You haven't answered for yourself, what if, and what am I gonna do in these kind of cases? Anything else you want to add on this, Mario?
Yeah, no. I mean, regarding you have mentioned the first of the 3 points we touched tonight. I think that people should believe in themselves because nobody else will care more about your money, care more about your investments, and care more about your life. So you have to be confident. And we all have doubts, but I think we have to believe more in ourselves. And you build this belief when you get more confident, the more you educate.
Yeah, but by bringing that clarity. Amazing. Any else we should mention before we wrap this up?
Yes, what I can add is like, yeah, you have said this, believing in their own doubts and doubt in their own beliefs, but also letting emotion take over. Don't let the emotions take over, and of course, learn about risk management is important as well. And I would like to add, just to wrap it up, 3 mistakes I made during my financial life, I would say, which is continuous, hopefully for many years. But it was connected with the first item, not working in continuous developing my financial education earlier, in my earlier years. That was one mistake. So everyone, when you're on your 20s, start educating yourself and focus on learning about investment. That will help you build a long time probably portfolio.
Yeah,
Then
get time on
yes,
your side. That's so valuable.
yes, get
But
time
now,
on yourself.
if you're listening and you are in your 40s or 50s or even 60s, rest assured it's not too late for you either. It's just the more time you can get on your side, the better. So start as soon as you can.
It's never late. The best time for plant a tree was 20 years ago, but the second best time is now, so it's never late. But I say, get time on your side. If you're on your 20 and start earlier. That's one mistake I think I did, not starting that earlier, not starting investing that earlier as well, and not making a plan for financial independence or earlier. So I think we all have time yet. If you are on your 40s, on your 50s, on your 60s, you just need 10 years to become a millionaire, I believe. So you just need to plan for that.
Amazing, Mario. Thanks for adding these insights and sharing from your own experience. Let us know in the comments what your biggest key takeaway was. And if you're aware of any roadblocks that's holding you back from having the financial breakthroughs that you want, type them in, and so we can see how we can help you in the best possible way and what kind of content that we can deliver to you so you finally can make those breakthroughs that you've been looking for. Mario, thank you for coming on again, and looking forward to see you again for a next episode.
Thank you to you, Joakim. Thank you very much. See you then.
Awesome. Everybody, take care, stay happy, stay safe.